Hello, Living Word Church. Kids, are you guys ready for this morning? Are you warm? Are you wide awake? Did you rub your eyes? Did you wake up your brothers and sisters? Mom and dad? Is everybody sitting in front of the TV? You guys ready? We have an exciting show for you this morning. And you know what? It's always exciting because we're gathering in the name of Jesus. Okay, do you guys remember this? Yes. That was because we asked you to count the number of snowflakes falling on the screen. You had to guess how many snowflakes fell on the screen. You guys remember? Well, we have a winner. You guys ready to see who it is? Here it is. Yes, it's Ruth. Well done, Ruth Hickens. And you know how many snowflakes she counted? Well, let's ask her. Ruth, come in. Ruth, how many snowflakes? Must be a network issue. I think her phone is off. But anyway, I'm going to tell you. It was 17. Yay! She counted 17. Now, I'm ready for praise and worship. Are you ready for praise and worship? Yes. Hagen, Naomi, come in. You guys? Well, you know what? I'm going to go fetch them. You ready? Let's go.
Dry. Sing it out. It's an open heaven you're releasing, and we will never be denied. Cause we're stirring up. Cause we're stirring up deep, deep wells. We're stirring up deep, deep waters. We're gonna dance in the river. Dance in the river. Cause we're stirring up wells, stirring up deep, deep waters. We're gonna jump in the river, jump in the river. Deep cries out, deep cries out, deep cries out, deep cries out, we cry out, we cry out to you, Jesus. And I've got a river of living water, never will run dry, no more now. It's an open heaven you're releasing, and we will never be denied. Cause we're stirring up, cause we're stirring up deep, deep wells. We're stirring up deep, deep waters. We're gonna dance in the river, dance in the river. Cause we're stirring up deep, deep wells. We're stirring up deep, deep waters. We're gonna jump in the river, jump in. And everybody sing it out. Deep cries out, deep cries out, deep cries out, deep cries out. We cry out, we cry out to you, Jesus. Deep cries out, deep cries out. Cries out, deep cries out to you. We cry out to you, Jesus. We're falling into deeper waters, calling out to you. We're walking into deeper waters, going after you. Yeah, clap your hands. You guys ready? Here we go. And if he goes to the left, then we'll go to the left. And if he goes to the right, then we'll go to the right. We're gonna jump, 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 jump in the river. Jump, 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 everybody. If he goes to the left, then we'll go to the left. And if he goes to the right, then we'll go to the right. We're gonna dance, 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 dance in the river. Dance, 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 everybody. If he goes to the left, then we'll go to the left. And if he goes to the right, then we'll go to the right. We're gonna
Hello, I'm back. And how was that? Did you guys enjoy his praise and worship? Well, I was off the screen because I was dancing. You know, those two. Wow. I can't dance like they do. You know, if I try to do this, I just look ridiculous. But you know what? God sees my heart. And I was like, yay, Jesus. That song is just great. You guys ready for this day story? What did we talk about last week? Well, Paul went on his first mission and Jesus sent him out. And today, something else incredible happened. Are you guys ready? I can't hear you. Well, I'm going to go sit down and I'm going to listen and see what today's story is all about. Okay, you guys ready to listen? Here we go.
Hey kids, have you ever been in a fight with your siblings about something very silly? Maybe you fought over what show to watch? Or a toy you both wanted to play with?
Well, today we're going to talk about a fight that happened in the early church.
And it was some serious business. Let's get started. There was a big fight in the early church.
Sometimes churches do that. Sometimes it's little things like what color the carpet should be, or something like if they should serve coffee or not.
Even though these are things that people argue about, they're not really a big deal.
But in today's story, the early church had an argument that was serious business.
So they had a meeting, and what they decided would have a huge impact.
The church had a big meeting about insiders and outsiders. Do you remember what we talked about in our last lesson? The Jews were considered insiders, and everyone else, the Gentiles, were considered outsiders.
The Apostle Paul was going out and inviting Gentiles to follow Jesus. But his friends in Jerusalem were trying to keep them out.
Well, kinda. What they were really doing is telling the Gentiles that they had become Jewish before they could follow Jesus.
So they had a big meeting to talk about it. Paul versus the guys in Jerusalem.
Paul said the outsiders could be insiders. After lots of talking, Paul spoke up.
And he reminded them that Jesus came to save everyone, not just the Jews.
He also told them that they were making it harder for the Gentiles to follow Jesus, and that they were making them feel like they didn't belong.
After hearing Paul, they knew he was right and all agreed on one thing. Everyone is saved the same way, by trusting Jesus.
They agreed that it doesn't matter who you are. When we trust in Jesus, we are part of God's family. Memory verse.
We believe that we are all saved the same way, by the undeserved grace of the Lord Jesus.
Kids, next time you see someone fighting at church of what color the carpet should be, remember the big fight of the early church.
And remember, it doesn't matter who you are. Jesus saves everybody who puts their faith in him.
That was an incredible story, boys and girls. I wish I was invited to that meeting to decide who was the outsiders and the insiders. But man, I wouldn't want to be the one making that decision. Well, the week before last, do you remember Captain Mask? The guy who was wearing his super mask? Well, you can see him, right? Yeah, him. He challenged us to make a mask with the memory verse. And teacher Mandy did her memory verse. And take a look, here she is. Did you do yours? Well, don't forget to send in your picture with your mask. I would love to see what that looks like. It's time now for an experiment, and I've got a really cool one. Okay, you guys ready? I'm gonna go prepare. You guys wait right there. Don't move. Nah, seriously, don't move. Don't move. No, really, don't move. But I'm gonna go. Okay, here I go. Don't move. You still there? Go. You guys ready? Yes, of course you're ready. Well, like I said, it's experiment time. Well, more like a challenge. You guys ready for this one? And for this, you are going to need a pair of scissors and a paper. It could be any paper, okay? Any A4 paper. Today's challenge, we are going to talk about two friends, okay? And these two friends decided to go on a journey, all right? And the first thing they did is they went on a boat. So what you're going to do now is you are going to use your paper and fold it into a boat. So watch this. You take your paper and you're going to fold it right in the center like this. Hope you guys can see this nicely. and you always fold it inside. Okay, always fold your paper inside. So it must look like this. Okay, so this looks like a sail of a boat, kind of like what you're seeing over there. Okay, that looks like a sail of a boat. Cool. So they went on a boat and they're going on a cruise. Now, out of these two friends, only one of the friends was saved. All right, and only at the end of the story we are going to find out which one was saved. So when they got tired of traveling in a boat, right, as two friends, guess what they decided to do? They decided to book a hotel because now they got tired of sailing, so they got onto land. And what you're going to do with your paper then now is you take your paper, put it down flat on the floor like this, or table, any surface that you're using, and you're going to fold it inside again like this. And now it looks like a house, right? Like a house, like a hotel. Okay, that hotel is nice, I know, but mine is just a paper. But you get the idea, right? And remember, it always folds inside. So these two friends booked a hotel, and now they're enjoying their nice holiday cruise. And guess what? They ran out of money, so now they need to go back home. So they book plane tickets. So let's see if we can make a plane out of this. So you take your same paper, lie flat on the floor again, and remember, always fold it on the inside. So you take the one end and you're going to bring it to the other end. Fold it like so. Alright. So this kind of looks like a plane, right? That plane is better looking, but you get the idea. You know, when you make paper plane, kind of looks like, so they're flying. And as these two were on a plane going back home, something tragic happened. The plane crashed. That's not cool, right? So as the plane crashed, these two woke up and they found themselves at the gates of heaven. Now remember, I said only one was saved. Now it's time to find out who. So what we're going to do with this paper now is we're going to fold it inside once more like so. So from a house to this shape. So from a shape of a plane like this, we're going to fold it this way. And now it looks like this. But now this represents their ticket into heaven. But now there's a problem. Do you know what the problem is? There's two people and one ticket. So the one friend decided to be generous, and guess what he said? Well, I've got a pair of scissors. Now remember, boys and girls, when you use a pair of scissors, you need to make sure mommy and daddy are watching, because it's not safe to play with scissors. Alright, you guys agree? Of course you agree. You guys are smart. I like that. Cool. So make sure mommy and daddy is watching you and they're helping you with this experiment. So going back to the story, the friend has a ticket and he has a pair of scissors. So he decides to cut the ticket in two so he can share with his friends, because that's what friends do, right? You've shared things with your friends, right? Or your brother or your sister, correct? Awesome. So let's see what happens after he shared his ticket. So what you're going to do now, you're going to cut the ticket from the bottom like so. And make sure your mom or dad do this part for you, because this could be a bit difficult. Alright, so make sure they're there to help you. And ooh, I'm done, just like that. Now notice there's so many pieces here. And so the one friend who had the ticket, he decided to take the one piece alone, and he gave all the other small little pieces to his friends over there. Now, let's see who was saved and who was not. And the friend who had this ticket, then the angel asked him, okay, open your ticket, let's see what it says. You guys ready? Drum roll, please. Okay, ready? Drum roll. And this is what his ticket showed. Whoa! This is the saved friend. So, did you guys get this? Let's hope you will get the cross. Now, he gets to go into heaven. But what happens to his friends? What does his ticket show? Uh-oh, the angel says, let's find out. So he puts the ticket on the floor, and then he starts unraveling it, and then he's realizing, ooh, there's so many pieces here. I wonder what these pieces mean. There's so many of them. Man, this friend was busy with his life, eh? He was doing a lot of things in his life. Okay, that looks like a letter. This looks like a funny shape. Okay, and this looks like another funny shape. But wait a minute, what's all this? And then we started to notice that while the other friend went to heaven, there's two places you can go. Only two places. You can only go to one of those places when you die, boys and girls. And so it turns out that the other friend, because he did not give his life to Jesus, guess what his ticket started to spell? Something horrible. Can you make out what that is? Yep, that's the letter H. And what these other two letters do, they start to spell the letter E. Uh-oh, this is not looking good. And now the other final two letters, guess what they spell? Uh-oh, his friend was going to hell. You know why that happened? Because we don't share Jesus with our friends. So what happens? You, who is going to heaven and you have Jesus in your heart, you need to share Jesus with your friends. Now, what happens when Jesus comes into your friend's life? You know what he does? He takes this and transforms it into something wonderful. You guys ready? Awesome. So take the L and then flip it upside down this way. You're going to put it like so, okay? And then you're going to take that little guy and put him up here. And then the E stays there. And then you tear a piece over there. And then you put that there. And you know what this spells? Life. Because that's what Jesus does. When we introduce our friends to Jesus, Jesus comes and gives us life. Because he did say he came to give us life and life more abundantly. So I would like to see you guys try that challenge. And guess what? You can tell your own story. And I want to see you take a photo, show us what your cross looked like. It could be big or small. And if you were able to figure out the word life, I'm excited. Aren't you excited? Yes. So I'm going to go now. And cheerio. Remember, don't play with scissors. Hello. Didn't I tell you this show was going to be exciting? Who enjoyed it? Yes, I enjoyed it very much. And sadly, we have to end now. But guess what? Next week, we're coming right back here. Are you going to be here? Tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your parents. I'm coming right back here for another exciting show. I've got one more song for you guys to listen to, and we are going to dance. Okay, I told you, I shouldn't do that. I'm not a good dancer. Maybe you are, but I'm not. So I'm just going to leave that to you guys, the professional. Cheerio.
Yo. Yo.